I wanted to do, I don't know if I did. So I signed in. I don't know.
Mr. Buckner, please. Thank you. Good morning. The 14B District Court is now in session. My name is Elaine Washington, and I'm the judge that will be presiding over this session. Court will call the case of the State of Michigan versus David Gosicki, case number 21S00379.
Good morning, Your Honor. Laura Willenberg on behalf of the people.
Andrew Banis with and on behalf of Mr. Gosicki.
Good morning, Mr. Bannon.
Good morning, Your Honor. Your Honor, I'm requesting a bench conference about this case.
Of course.
Thank you.
All right, we're back on the record in the state of Michigan versus David Gosicki matter. Mr. Banis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Given I've had extensive conversations with the arraignment attorney, and his wife called our office. I spoke with her. Given his health issues, including what appears to be very severe short-term memory loss, among other things, I'm asking for two things. First of all, I'm moving for an evaluation for competency and criminal responsibility. And as we discussed at the bench, I'll file those documents after court today so that you have the motion both verbally and also in paper. And I'll submit a proposed order. As to bond, I'm asking that he be given a personal bond and that the conditions be changed to consensual contact, or put otherwise, no non-consensual contact with Betty Gosicki, so he can go home. And I believe the required conditions for that would be he'd be required to follow doctor's orders, take his medications, and be put on some sort of alcohol monitoring. And I'm requesting a sober link device rather than a tether.
Thank you. Response, Ms. Willenbring.
Your Honor, I have also confirmed that information with Ms. Gosicki, and don't object to the bond conditions being changed to consensual contact, for Mr. Gosicki to be required to take medicine and follow doctor's orders, and for alcohol monitoring of some kind.
Thank you. All right. As to this matter, I will grant your motion for referrals for competency and criminal responsibility. If that is your choice, I will sign those upon submission. In addition to that, with respect to the bond, when I arraigned Mr. Gosicki, we did discuss some of these issues. So I will change the bond conditions to no non-consensual contact with Ms. Betty Lynn Gosicki, no use or possession of alcohol or any other legal drugs, and no assaultive behavior towards her. All the other conditions will remain the same. The standard DV conditions, including no weapons or firearms. Addition to that, I will add that he must have a sober link and have testing 2 times per day, take all medications that he is prescribed, and follow all doctor's orders, and if needed, have an appointment with CMH. I will remove the no go to provision for the 7220 Cypress address. We'll schedule pretrial for about 60 days out, but because that's how long it takes to get competency reports done at a minimum. So October 4th. And that'll be at 9 a.m. Anything else on this particular matter?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Sorry, that's.
All right, you're all set, Mr. Gosicki. You can let them know you're ready to go, okay? Yeah, he's muted. State of Michigan versus Lawrence Buckner, 21S00203.
Laura Willenbring on behalf of the people.
Andrew Banis with it on behalf of Mr. Buckner. Your Honor, I'm sorry I wasn't able to reach Mr. Buckner at the contact information I have for him, but he is here today. Mr. Buckner, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Thank you, sir. My notes show that we had a bench trial on June 29th and he was not present. So I don't know why. Mr. Buckner, do you know why you weren't in court on June 29th?
Yeah, I had problems with my Wi-Fi at my house. I called the court, but I was actually trying to get in the meeting and all my stuff was messed up. It was storming. Everything was messed up around my house. Cell phone, everything. I was on the phone with the court, but it is,
Well, Mr. Buckner, that was a day and time that was scheduled for trial. I hear you say you were on the phone with the court. The court didn't receive a message from anybody in the clerk's office that day.
Yeah, I called because I actually got in an argument with one of the people on the phone. That's how I know they're gonna remember me. I got in an argument.
And so you were being difficult that day?
Yes, ma'am. I was being very difficult because I was trying to get to you. So they will remember me. They will definitely remember me, ma'am.
That's the thing. You're always honest, Mr. Buckner. All right. Mr. Bannis and Ms. Willingbring, do we want to schedule another non-jury trial date?
Yes, Your Honor. And Mr. Buckner, just so you know, I don't know if you can see the chat, but I guess the phone number I have for you is not good, but I put my cell phone and my email in the chat.
Whatever. My number is good. I never received one phone call from you. I called the court. I called the courthouse. So, and you evidently you didn't get the message. And my phone records show that I didn't receive nothing from you. I didn't even see the text message, nothing.
Mr. Buckner,
I never even heard from you. I haven't heard from you since the last time we talked. You have not even attempted to contact me in any way, form, or fashion. So, I'm not going to sit up and allow you to do this to me.
Sir, look, you're my client. I work for you. I don't work for the court or anyone else. I can show you all the dates I've tried to.
Listen, man. I called the court too.
Stop. Everybody stop.
No, we ain't gonna do this.
Please, Mr. Buckner.
Yes, ma'am. All right, Ms. This my case is supposed to be dismissed.
Mr. Buckner, I'm gonna ask you one more time.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I want to fire him. I don't want him no more. I want to fire him. Okay. He ain't try to talk to me. He ain't contact me. I want to fire him. He lying.
Your Honor, I'll just say one thing.
1 second, please.
Yes, ma'am.
The record should reflect that I've muted Mr. Buckner because he would not follow the court's instructions to stop talking. So he has been muted. Mr. Buckner, I'm gonna advise you very clearly that you need to follow my instructions. If I say stop talking, that means stop talking. Otherwise, I'm sorry, but you may have to be held in contempt of court. Contempt of court is an additional penalty on top of anything else. So please stop talking when I ask you to. It is not appropriate for this type of argument to occur on the record. You're muted, so I can't hear what you're saying. If you want to talk to me, you need to first acknowledge that you will stop talking when I ask you to. And so you can do that by nodding. Is that a yes? Now you may unmute yourself.
Okay. All right. He's fired.
Well, so first of all, Mr. Buckner,
he's fired.
You're still talking. Do you want to be held in contempt?
No, I don't want to be held in contempt. I just want him not to be my lawyer no more.
I heard what you said, so you need to stop talking like I asked you. So first of all, Mr. Buckner, he's court appointed. If you want to have a different attorney, then what you can do is you can hire your own attorney. This is a court appointed attorney. You don't get to choose who your court appointed attorney is.
Well,
Stop. I'm still talking. Please don't interrupt me. You haven't even had an opportunity to try to establish a relationship with Mr. Bannis. And secondly, Mr. Bannis does not work for the court. So you can't call the court and expect to speak to Mr. Bannis. Mr. Bannis works for the public defender's office. You have to call the public defender's office. Now, what would you like to say?
This is what I would like to say. that lying individual ain't trying to contact me. I have a cell phone that works every day. Okay. So he has not contacted me one time. Okay. I have not received nothing from, I ain't seen no type of not even a physical notification. So if you couldn't get in touch with my phone, no letter, nothing, email, has an email, everything. So there's no email or nothing. Okay. But then I get this third degree about me trying to not establish. How can I establish something or some type of communication with somebody who has not tried to establish something with me? So make it make sense, Ms. Washington.
Mr. Buckner, first of all, you two haven't talked, is what I said. So the bottom line is, you don't know whether or not he has the correct phone number for you or not. You didn't even allow that conversation to occur.
You know, he never cared to ask about nothing, Miss Washington.
You haven't had a chance to go into a room. If he doesn't have your number, how can he ask you about anything? He's trying to give you the communication to get in contact with him.
He's trying to give me the communication at the last moment. And you sit up here chastising me, and he ain't even trying to contact me.
You're talking over me again.
You asked me a question. You asked me a
No,
question.
I didn't. You already answered that, and I'm telling you some other additional information, and I'm not going to continue to argue with you.
It's not an argument. I'm not arguing with you, man. You know, I just don't feel comfortable with this man representing me. I don't at all. I really don't. You know, I don't know what else to tell you.
Mr. Buckner?
Huh?
Do you want to hire your own attorney?
How can I hire my own attorney when he already in violation of ineffective assistance counsel? He's already in violation. Right there.
Do you want to hire your own attorney? If not, I'm scheduling it for another non-jury trial.
This stuff is crazy. He hasn't reached out to me, Ms. Washington. I live at 680 Fox. I have not received no mail.
What does that have to do with today? You didn't show up for your hearing.
No.
I'm trying to ask you something very simple. It doesn't get dismissed today. This is a pre-trial. It gets dismissed at a non-jury trial date, which you weren't there. So my question to you is, do you want to hire your own attorney, or do you want me to schedule for another non-jury trial? Because that's where we are.
All right.
Which one is it?
Just schedule for a non-jury. I am so sick of this, man. All these white people don't care about nobody, man.
Mr. Buckner, please behave appropriately. Please.
Can't work. Look.
So, Your Honor, I think maybe I can say something that might help Mr. Buckner or not. The good news is that I have two different phone numbers for him. Neither of those appear to be the correct number. I have also sent him emails to the email address that apparently he gave to our arraignment attorney. So if that's not the right email address and that's not the right phone numbers, that's the only thing I can think of why he's not hearing from me.
What's your numbers? What numbers you have?
You want